Scientists, they declare, they have their version of reality, that everything came out of nothing. So, therefore, as human beings, we have intelligence and reasoning to decide which is the better theory. Everything came out of nothing, or everything came out from a person. Now, every one of us had a father and mother. I think we'll all agree with that. Anyone disagree? And our fathers and mothers, they also had a father and mother. And they also had a father and mother. So when you trace it back, where do you find that the original father and mother was nothing? Does anyone have a family ancestry tree where you trace it back and you see your father and mother, maybe your father was an engineer, and your mother was a seamstress or a cook, and you trace it back, and you go all the way back in your family line, and then you turn the page in your family album, and there's one person whose body is just full of hair. They call him great-grandfather Harry. And he has his hand on a tree, and he's swinging with a big smile. And that's one of our ancestors in our family tree. Does anyone have a family tree like that? And then you turn the page, and then, of course, there's also grandmother Lucy there. You turn the page, and then there's a sheep, a black sheep. And then you finally see what the black sheep of your family looks like. You turn the page, and there's a mouse. That's great-grandfather Squeaky. And finally you turn the page, not finally, but almost finally, you turn the page and there's a rock. And there's a little caption, the most solid member of your family. And then they turn the page and then there's nothing. That we worship nothing because we feel sorry for him. Because he has no hair, he has no flute, he has nothing, he has no eyes. So we feel sorry for him. So to make him feel better, we worship him. Great-great-great-grandfather, nothing, the void. So according to this theory, then our nothing's mother became a little disturbed because nothing never made anything out of himself. Everyone's complaining that your son is nothing. He's good for nothing. So Mother Nothing was very disturbed. She wanted to get some value out of nothing, which is hard. But anyhow, she heard the scientists were able to do it, so she decided to try to make something out of her son, good for nothing. So she nagged him for a long time. She had a long time to do it, because for them time was nothing. And finally, Nothing became disturbed, he became angry, and he made himself into something, a little bit of gas. Not too much gas. Anyhow, the gas finally became solid, and Mother Nothing was still never satisfied. Is that all you can make out of yourself? Is a rock? You're embarrassment. So he became really disturbed and he exploded, and he flew everywhere for trillions of years, and finally Mother Nothing said, why don't you just settle down? So he settled down, and here we are now. So this is called science. According to the Bhagavad Gita, that's science fiction. No, if we're persons, and our father and mother and our grandparents were all persons, then the original person, from which everything came from, must be a person also. Otherwise, why do we become persons? How do we become persons if our parents weren't persons? And where can we end it so that the original source of all personality, he also must be a person? Now the question is, then how do we approach Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is speaking? Prabhupada said, at least theoretically, we should accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we want to get any benefit out of reading the Bhagavad Gita, now we don't have to blindly accept that Krishna is God, and we don't have to blindly reject that he's God. At least theoretically, we should take that he's God, and then with that submissive spirit, then we can put into practice